Let's talk about the cult of personality again, and 4D and 5D chess. This interesting concept that keeps people from understanding that an individual that they're following or that they want to champion the cause of for some reason cannot see the failures of the leader they say they're for. Now, a lot of people call me anti-Trump. I'm not anti-anybody. I'm pro-freedom. And anybody who's against freedom, ever so heavily or ever so lightly, it doesn't matter. If they're against freedom, individual liberties, and they make moves that show they're against individual liberties, then I automatically become their enemy. The price of that freedom, according to Jefferson, is eternal vigilance, and indifference to that notion is the means by which the people will secure their own oppression, and I agree with that. We don't need further oppression in this country by the hand of anybody, by a Nixon or a Ford or a Reagan or a Bush or a Bush Senior or an Obama or a Trump. I don't care who it comes from. It's like if you criticize somebody for making an anti-freedom move, like for example, if I criticize Trump or if somebody else criticizes Trump, all of a sudden there's some kind of, oh, you're a libtard, you're a leftist. Obviously Trump is for the people because the CNN is against him and MSLSD is against him. The whole media conglomerate is against him. Well, that shows the validity of Trump right there. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It just doesn't. What does it say in the Bible? By your fruits you shall know them. A good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. You can just tell by the fruits. Okay, look at the economy. Look at Trump's economy. Let's just talk about the national debt, guys. When you're talking about debt, you are talking about slavery. If you're a debtor, then you're a slave to your creditor. If you have a president who's supposed to be for individual liberties and he's for your freedom, truth, freedom, justice, and the American way, or the land of the free and the home of the brave. If he says he's for freedom, but he's getting you into $1 more worth of debt, he's tightened the chains of your slavery. He hasn't loosened them. So in the first 2 years, Trump has gotten us into $2.09 trillion in additional national debt. Now, was that worse than Obama in his first two years? From February of 2009 to February of 2011, Obama got us into $3.46 trillion worth of debt. So Obama got us into way more debt. But you guys who are conservatives out there, you were all over Obama for doing that. But somehow, when Trump does it, he's just playing 4D chess. He's actually on 5D chess right now. He's so far ahead of the deep state. You just wait, Brian. You just trust the plan. You just trust Q and trust that plan. Okay, I'm waiting. Trump has beefed up the military-industrial complex. That's bad for freedom. Bad for freedom. We were warned about the military-industrial complex by Eisenhower. Why aren't we listening? Conservatives were somehow listening when Obama was beefing up the military-industrial complex, but when Trump does it, somehow it's become 4D chess. It's the same action is not 4D chess for Obama, but it is somehow 4D and 5D chess for Trump. And you got to trust the plan. Okay, well, how about if Trump is so for individual liberties and freedoms, then why did he make the head of the Treasury Secretary a Goldman Sachs Zionist, dyed-in-the-wool, inside international banker, Steve Mnuchin? Explain that. That's the fox in charge of the hen house. Hey, Goldman Sachs, who we bailed out back in 2008, $700 billion. It was actually way more than $700 billion. Way more, guys. These are part of the bankers that we bailed out, and if we don't do it, the economy's going to go into a tailspin. We got to do it. Problem, reaction, solution. Creating the problem, waiting for a fear-based reaction. This is the Hegelian dialectic, and then providing the pre-planned solution. That's what they did back in 2008, and that's what they're doing now under the Trump administration. But somehow, the Hegelian dialectic of problem, reaction, solution has become 4D chess. Just wait. Just trust the plan. Yeah, I know we're $2.09 trillion further into debt, but trust the plan. I know he put Steve Mnuchin, a Goldman Sachs Zionist international banking puppet, at the helm of the Treasury Reserve, the U.S. Treasury, who's really part of the banking cartel of the Federal Reserve. Just trust the plan. Just wait. Just trust the plan. And then Secretary of State, you couldn't get much more checked out warmonger than Mike Pompeo. And then you got this national security advisor who, yeah, he was fired, but remember, he was appointed by Trump. So you got warmonger Pompeo and warmonger Bolton at the as a national security advisor. Warmonger, Zionist international banker, $2.09 trillion worth of debt in the first 2 years, but it's 4D chess. Well, yeah, but he's for the Second Amendment. No, he's not. Anybody who could utter the words, I like take the guns first, due process second, is not for, he's diametrically opposed to the Second Amendment. I like take the guns first, due process second, he says after the shooting. What? Oh, yeah, but he didn't back it up. And now the White House is saying that they're for extreme risk protection orders, the red flag laws. So let's review. $2.09 trillion more in debt, which makes you and me deeper indebted to the Federal Reserve banking cartel. You got Steve Mnuchin over the Treasury Secretary. He's an Zionist international bank. This all goes back to Zion, by the way, guys. This all goes back to Zionism. It's being in the back pocket of Israel. It's being the puppet, the marionette on the string of Israel, of Mossad. So you got $2.09 trillion national debt increase, which makes you and I more deeper and deeper into slavery. He's beefed up the military-industrial complex further than anybody ever has. The military-industrial complex that Eisenhower warned us against. Steve Mnuchin is the head of the Treasury Secretary. He's a Zionist international banker. You got Mike Pompeo as the Secretary of State. You had, up until a couple days ago, John Bolton for the National Security Advisor. Those last two, Mike Pompeo and John Bolton, biggest war hawks on the planet you could possibly imagine, other than John McCain, who's already dead. And you're going to sit there and tell me he's playing 4D, 5D chess, and he's for the American people, and then he tops it all off with the cherry on top with the extreme risk protection order, the red flag laws. Yeah, we need to get those so that we can make sure that we can curb crime, so that we can make sure that we take guns out of the hands of evil people. And now he's back and forth on the HR 8, the universal background checks, which is, guys, the universal background check in and of itself is an infringement. But like we heard Beto O'Rourke said, and I'm glad he told the truth on this, it's not really just a universal background check. It's a national gun registration. A gun registry, guys. We're talking about Gestapo style here. If you're the President of the United States and you care one damn ounce about individual freedoms, you would do none of that stuff. You'd be going in the opposite direction. But you understand, Trump's got to play the game. He's got to stay ahead of the deep state. He's not ahead of the deep state. He's in the back pocket of the deep state, actually in the back seat of the car, while the deep state is running us over, and he's not doing anything about it. You want to call that 4D chess? And how far are you willing to go? Brian, you got to, I know he's beefed up the military-industrial complex. I know he's gotten us $2.09 trillion more into debt just in his first 2 years. I know Steve Mnuchin is the Treasury Secretary. I know Mike Pompeo is the Secretary of State. I know he hired John Bolton. You know, we know he's a war hawk. I know he's for the red flag laws. I know he's trying to cram this universal background check. But you got to trust the plan. You got to trust. There's more, guys. There's a whole long list, but I don't want to make this a 55-minute video. Or an hour and 55-minute video. There's so many things, guys. So many things, and it just doesn't stop. Does not stop. This is how I view it, guys. Somebody looking at Trump doing 4 or 5D chess, it's as bad as this. They're constructing the gallows, and you see it's for you. You're in prison, and Trump's not letting you out. They're like, be patient. He's on 5D chess. He's way ahead of the state. You're not going to die. It's okay. You're not going to die. The gallows gets built. Now the executioner comes in and they're leading you toward the gallows, and there's a guy speaking in your ear. Don't worry, Trump's got you covered. It's just 5D chess. He's way ahead of the deep state. Now you're walking up the steps. Don't worry, I know it looks bad. I know it looks bad, but it's 5D chess. Just hang on. It's like, guys, this is getting really scary here. Like, I can see the noose now. Now they're slipping the noose around your neck, and the guy's still going, don't worry, trust the plan. It's 5D chess. Trump knows what he's doing. He's way ahead of the game. Now they're about to pull the lever out from under you, and you're looking around going, when's Trump going to get me out of this? Let's go 5D chess. Just hold on. Trust the plan. Guys, don't trust the plan. The plan is, according to Q, there are good guys in government who are going to save us from the bad guys in government, and guess what? It's a lie. It's a flat out lie. So you can unsubscribe from my channel if you want to. I'm for your individual liberties. I do not want one more right to be taken away from you guys. I got to clock in here to my wage slave job, but I want you guys to think about what I'm saying. Everything that I said is verifiable. It's documented. Trump admits it. It comes out of the White House. All the numbers are there if you want to look at it. But we got to get ourselves out of the cult of personality, wipe the cognitive dissonance cobwebs out of our head, and start looking at things objectively, according to reality, not according to what we want them to be. I understand there's hope, but you have to understand there's political parasites who want to capitalize on and exploit that hope. A false hope is no hope at all. I love and appreciate every single one of you guys. If you guys enjoy these videos, the best thing you can do to support my channel is to like these videos and share them with everybody you know. That's the only way I can beat the YouTube algorithm. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video, but please think about everything that I'm talking about. If I'm in error about anything, leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know. I'm correctable, but look, the agenda that we have to have is the agenda of truth based on objective, rational thought, according to logic. Facts don't care about our feelings. We have to look at things factually, and if we would pin Obama on this action, then you got to be willing to pin Trump on this action. If we were going to pin Bush Jr. or Bush Sr. on this exact same action, and Trump does worse, then you can't say that Bush was playing 5D chess, because we know he wasn't. You can't say that Obama was playing 5D chess, because you know he wasn't. And you sure as hell can't say that Trump is playing 5D chess, because you know he isn't. He isn't. These people aren't in our corners, guys. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.